Alright, what's going on everybody? It's your man Maurice and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about what you got to do when you are returning back to the gym after taking a long hiatus off your grind due to this whole pandemic situation. Now, before we get into this video, trust me, I understand how difficult this whole situation that this whole world right now is dealing with and how it's affecting everybody in different ways. You know, having to socially distance ourselves, having to live in a world where things are not as normal as they used to be and things are a little bit uncomfortable. And especially for my fitness enthusiasts out there, especially for my people who are really into the fitness realm, who are really about setting goals, crushing them, getting after it every day, making sure that you're progressing in your love. I know this has been a very hard one for you guys. I'm one of you. So in this video, I wanted to go over how you can bounce back to yourself and what you need to do to return back to what you were doing when the gym has opened up in your area. So without wasting any time, let's get straight to it. Alright guys, so the first thing that you need to do when you are making your crazy, beautiful, wonderful return back to the gym is make sure that you fully understand the guidelines that your gym is putting in place right now for everybody who is returning, and that includes you. And I'm not saying this because of safety precautions and all kinds of different things that gyms are doing right now. That is very important. You want to make sure that your safety is a number one priority. But you also want to have a mental picture and a mental kind of setup before you go into this. This is a mental thing because if you already know what's going on in your gym, if you already know some of the guidelines, then you can already picture in your mind how it's going to be when you return to the gym. Because you got to remember, this is going to be a very different experience from what you're used to back when you were training before this whole pandemic situation took place. So you have to mentally prep yourself and mentally kind of prime yourself before you're stepping back into the gym, because you don't know how this is going to affect your workouts. You don't know how this is going to affect your progress in the gym, your experience overall, you know, which can influence your progress overall. But the best way to have a mental picture of that is understand the guidelines. Even if you have to talk to some of the employees that are there to see exactly what things they're putting in place. See the employees' perspective of how some of the members are even reacting to it, and even get some of the members' perspectives as well to see how mentally it's influencing them. Especially if you have a friend or a partner that may have returned to the gym before you did, and they already have a mental picture of how everything is going down. This gives you a perfect mental warm up before you even step back into that realm. So, see what guidelines are in place. See what kind of measures that your gym are taking to keep the safety up within their establishment. You know, what kind of distancing or what kind of things that they are doing to make sure that everybody else is safe in the gym, and how that whole thing is going to influence your experience coming back into that iron world. So, first things first, get those guidelines in check. Understand them and mentally prime yourself for your return. Okay, so number two, the second thing that you have to do when you are returning back to the gym is make sure that you are strategically approaching your training with mindfulness and understanding that you are not as strong and you are not as primed as you used to be, especially if you've been taking months off the gym before you have returned. And this one is very important because you don't want to step back into the gym doing the things that you used to do, hoping to chase back what you've lost in such a short amount of time, and then you end up injuring yourself. You know, and if you don't injure yourself, trust me, you're going to be so sore that you might not be able to continue for the rest of the week. You don't want to deal with that type of drama when you've already been out of the gym for long enough. You've been out for months. Why would you want to put yourself out of commission even more by risking to injure yourself or just being sore to the point you're like, man, I don't even know if I can continue my training session. Like, how is this week going to go? You're not going to perform correctly if you're rushing everything. Progress strategically, whether that is reducing the weight, reducing your sets and reps, and maybe even reducing the days that you train. Maybe get in there 3 times a week if you've been doing 5. Maybe 4 if you just want to reduce one day. Give yourself a couple of extra break days, at least in the first month or two, so that way mechanically you're efficient and you're getting your mind primed back into your muscles, you're getting your body used to progressing again, you're getting your strength back, you are getting you back. The only way to do that is to progress strategically and mindfully, knowing that you're not as strong as you used to be, and also knowing that injuring yourself or being sore for weeks on end or days on end is not going to do anything for you, especially if you've been out for too long in the first place. So, move smart when you make your return. So the third and final thing that I would say on this subject is take your time and enjoy the process of rebuilding anew of yourself. See, again, you've took a lot of time off. You've probably been mentally stressed out due to this whole situation that we have going on. And it's probably took a big toll on you. You're returning back to the gym. You want to get back to your former glory. And usually we want this process to be expedited, but to be honest, it's not. We have to take our time to reach back to our glory and to just forget the glory part, excel beyond that. And the only way to do that is have some patience. Take your time. Systematically approach this. Constantly see you rise back to where you were and excel beyond that. Enjoy the process of being able to work on yourself again, to refine yourself once again, to pick yourself back up and put yourself back to where you used to be when you were on your grind at a much more consistent rate. And the reason why this is so important, it all goes back to mental health. If you're stressing yourself out because things are probably not going as quickly as you want, or you've been out for so long that you're just so emotionally anxious to get everything going, you need that peace and that equanimity to get you back to what you want, what you've created, what you used to be, your glory, and even excel beyond that. And the excel part is really important because that mental understanding that this is the game of recreation of self. I'm getting kind of philosophical here, but let's keep running with it. This is the recreation of self. It gives you that inspiration to know that you can eventually return back to what you were and what you had going on when you was on your regimen, you was doing your thing straight up. So enjoy the process of that. Live in that. Enjoy being back. Enjoy being back into that environment that you love so much. You know, and just to throw a little bit of personal experience in there, I don't want to make this too long-winded. I recently returned back, and I just enjoyed the process of being able to do what I love to do, being able to connect back to something that I love, which is fitness, which is working out, which is getting under that iron, which is progressing and building myself. And I want you to do the same. Enjoy the process, though it may be a long and arduous one and very frustrating because you took so much time off, and it mentally can break you down. Don't allow it to. Allow your return to be a healing experience to you, so that way you can get back to where you was at and excel even beyond. So that's all I got when it comes to returning back to the gym after you had a shutdown in your area. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this really helped you out. I hope this gave you what you needed to make a very victorious and awesome return back to the gym. I hope you enjoy your workouts, enjoy your routine, enjoy progressing yourself each and every day, and always striving to reach your apex self. It's your man Maurice, and I'm out. Peace.